Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I'm gonna show all of my manga collection and tell you a little bit about the stories, and yeah, let's get to it. First off, we have this XX Me. It's about a girl that writes a novel on the internet and is asked by her readers to write about love, but she has absolutely no idea what love is. So she tricks this guy, or forces him to do romantic stuff with her to find out how love feels, so she can write about it. But it ends up that she falls in love with him actually, and yeah. This one is finished up in 19 volumes and I followed them. This is also the very first manga I ever had, which also explains why it's so messed up, because I've been having it for such a long time. Yeah. Next up, Soul Eater. This is about an academy that trains meisters and weapons in human form. So the weapons can either be human or weapons, obviously. And this tells the story of 3 kids mainly. No, 6, 9. No, it was 7. Her, him, those 2, those 3. Then there's these 2, or 3 if you count him. Those, he's my favorite. They, these weirdos, zombies, a spider lady, and I have no idea what he is. More meisters and weapons. Yeah, absolutely cool samurai. And them again. This manga is finished up in 23 volumes, but as you saw, I only have 12. Because money. Next is Maid-sama. It's about a school that used to be an all-boys school, but since a few years they're also taking in girls. But yeah, the girls are really few. There are like maybe 2 girls per class. She became school president and is trying to strengthen the rights of the girls, and she absolutely hates boys because of father, but to support her family she has to work at a maid cafe. He finds out and he's her biggest rival, but they end up falling in love, obviously, because romance. I don't know if you can see that. I have a total of 12 volumes of these. I don't know if it's still ongoing or if it's already finished, but those were a birthday present for a fan. So next up, Soul Eater Not. This is a side story to Soul Eater, which takes part between the first and the second volume of the main manga, and it started out as just a, so the first chapter in here was just a scribble after one of the Soul Eater manga, but it got so popular with the fans of this manga that the writer decided to make its own. This one is closed up in 5 volumes. Next we have Chocolate Witch. I don't know what the original English title is, but this has a German name, so I'm just gonna translate it. It's about a witch who grants wishes through giving you chocolate. But for every wish, there's a price, the most valuable thing you possess. So these are kinda related stories, but practically all their own, so each chapter has its own story. This one is still ongoing, and I currently have 15 volumes. Next we have Personal Paradise. This one is from a German writer, which makes this extra cool for me. It's about a future world where politics are completely failed. The clash between rich and poor has become so big that clans of kids have formed to maintain order. The north, south, west and east side. These clans are fighting each other for territory and power. Yeah, that's basically everything I can say without spoiling too much. This one, I don't know if it's ongoing or finished, but I have 7 volumes in total. This is actually a rather old manga already. But they got a new label and got remade last year. So I have 7 volumes in total. 2 of them are new, so they are completely new written, and the first 5 are remade. These are the rest of the mangas. Next are the mangas to my absolute favorite game series, Tales of. This one is from Tales of Symphonia. Tales of Symphonia basically tells the same story as the game, but if you don't know the game, this every few years a person in Silverand is chosen to be the chosen of regeneration, to regenerate the world and regenerate the flow of mana, the source of life. But the world is divided in two, in Silverand and Teferala, 2 separate worlds that coexist next to each other and stealing each other's mana with every new chosen on both sides. So this is about the journey of the chosen itself and how they find out about the twisted game behind the chosen and behind the flow of mana, the one world feeding off the other and stuff, and how they try to save and regenerate the world. Really, really cool and sweet manga, which is finished in 5 main volumes and 1 separate extra volume, which tells kind of a side story about the past of some characters, which you don't learn in the main manga. So, next Tales of manga, to stick to the franchise, is Tales of Xillia. In Tales of Xillia, you accompany Mila, the Lord of all Spirits, Maxwell, on a journey to find the source of the dying spirits and the dying world. On her journey, she learns a lot about herself, and about the world, and about humans, and about how things work in the world. This one is finished up in 5 volumes, also really pretty. And the last Tales of manga I have, Tales of Systeria. In this world, the world has plunged into chaos, the age of chaos to be exact. And the young Saray makes his way to the world of humans, where he never has been before, because he was raised by the Seraphim, a kind of holy being in this world, to become the next shepherd to save the world from ruin. Really nice told, and in the game, definitely you were like, oh, I'm done. Wait, no, fuck, I'm not done. Finished in 4 volumes. Next, we have Dawn of Arcana. The story about 2 countries which are in a political conflict, and every few years the princess from the poor country, I have no idea how the countries are pronounced, but she gets married to the prince of the other country to keep peace. But because of her hair, she's considered a low rank, because the royal family all have black hair, and obviously she has red hair, and she's not completely from royal blood. Her mom was the queen, but her father was just some commoner. But she was born with a special power, an arcana, the arcana of time, so she can see either the future or the past, but she can't control it. And she has to keep the powers hidden from the king, because he slayed all of the people with the arcana. There are also people like him, who are a mix between human and animals, and they are considered lesser beings and treated like slaves. This manga is finished in 13 volumes. Then we have Anoha. Story about 5 friends, or 6 friends in total, that have lost sight of each other over the years and are now trying to help a deceased friend soul to find rest, which brings them back together again. A really, really nice written story, and it also has an anime, and I must admit, at the end of this, I cried. So it is really, really touching. On the covers you can see the 6 friends. It's finished in 3 big volumes. Next up is Bibliocata Mystica, and I don't know what it is about because I haven't read it so far, but it's a big book which all of the manga is put together. So this one is finished in, let me see, I think it was 7 volumes or so, but they're all in one big book. It's really, really pretty. It's about something with a witch in books, but yeah, I don't know really. Next up, Death Note. Wait, this was the wrong one. This is the first one. Death Note is about a young student, a really honest student, the best one in Japan almost, or he is the best one I think, who finds the Death Note and decides to become a judge of the guilty. So with the Death Note he kills criminals and people who do injustice. But soon the police notice this and recognize these deaths not as accidents but as murders. So the police gets on his case, but the police itself can't find him, so they bring in L, the best detective ever in the whole world. So this manga is about the showdowns, about Kira's twisted view of the world, gods of death, L, the genius detective, and about the battle. It's really, really cool written. It has a really nice drawing style and is finished up in 12 main volumes. This manga also has this, an extra volume, the 13th, where you get a lot of extra information about the characters. You get like profile of each character, where you find their names, their blood type, their height, and their date of birth and death, and even Al's real name. Also, there's a lot of stuff additionally to the story which explains a few things. There's also kind of test where you can see which character you match, and a little extra story in the back. This manga also has 2 light novels. One is this, Death Note, Another Note, which plays before the cases of Kira, where you accompany a young FBI agent who is doing research for Al and solving a case of a murder serial case together with him. And the second one I have here is Al Changed the World, which plays after the Kira case. And I didn't completely read it yet, but here there is a really dangerous virus that has broken out in one of the third world countries and is threatening to completely eradicate this country. And a doctor develops a cure for it, but gets targeted by an organization that wants the virus to clean the world from bad people, a little bit like Kira, just with different method, and Al has to kind of help the situation. To keep up with detectives, we have Detective Conan short stories. These are like little cases. Every chapter is a different case. I currently have the volumes 1 to 3 and 5 to 6. I traded this with a friend for Attack on Titan, which I bought from another friend. So yeah, there's one manga missing, but she didn't have it, so yeah, that's fine. Sticking with Detective Conan, we have these XXL mangas. The first one is the special black edition, where you get stories with the mans in black, this organization that made him go small. There are 3 parts of it so far. And then I have this one, Best in the West, where you get the cases with Hattori, at least for a few. Really nice, and for the price of one manga you get this thing. So, to continue, we have this one, Kageru Days, which is about a group of people with special powers, such as, let's take this cover, he can rewarp reality, she can make things or herself or other people unnoticed or unnoticeable. She kinda has the power to freeze people like the Medusa. He can read people's minds. And she attracts everyone's attention. So these people kinda accidentally and kinda crumble together. she's also part of this, but I don't know what her power is yet. But she's dead. And this manga is a little bit confusing, so I can't really explain the story, because as soon as a certain storyline is triggered or a certain event occurs, time resets and a new timeline starts. So I think the first one was one of these kids got killed, and then the manga started anew and got reset. So time resets as soon as a certain event is triggered. This one is still ongoing. Next one, we have Romantic Clock. This is about two siblings. One, the boy is really smart. The girl is a little bit stupid, but really aesthetic. And both of them always got compared, to the point where the girl got like really frustrated that he's always getting praise and she never got anything. So he skipped school for a really long time, but somehow she also gets him back to school and stuff. It's about romance. I didn't read very far. I have 5 volumes currently, and I think it's finished, but I don't know in how many volumes. So next up, Bloodlet. This is about a vamp. This is also like a little bit like Person of Paradise. The world is divided, or the Rome is divided in territories, and one really big one is controlled by him, a vampire completely fascinated by Japan. So he's a real otaku. This is like so cool. And a human girl accidentally enters the Rome of him and gets killed. And he wants to help her get revived. So he sets out on a journey to find something that can revive her. I have only 2 volumes, but I have borrowed this one from a friend before, and I liked it really much, so I want to get it myself. And I don't know how many volumes this thing has. Next up, Zelda Twilight Princess. This one I got from my uncle for Christmas, and I'm really thankful for him, because it's such a cool manga. I don't really know what is this about. So he is the hero, and he gets turned into a wolf and has to save the kingdom of Hyrule, I think. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I currently have 3 volumes and it's ongoing. Next we have 1 Week Friends. So this girl can only remember 1 week. At the end of 1 week, her memory gets reset and she forgets every happy memory. But this guy insists on getting friends with her. So this is about how they try to be friends with her memory being reset every week. I currently have 2 volumes. Next I have one single one, Full Metal Alchemist, which I got from my father. It's the 3rd volume, so I can't really do anything with this, and I have absolutely no idea what the story is about. But it's part of my collection, so I at least wanted to show it. Next up, I have Cheeky Vampire, which I bought from a friend together with Attack on Titan, the first 5 volumes, for about 20 euros. I have no idea what this is about, I never read it, and it starts at volume 5 and goes to 8. So, next up, Servant of the Moon, which is a yaoi, which I noticed later, and I have no idea, I can't really tell what it's about. It's kind of about an organization that keeps people with special powers like him. He's a werewolf, or I don't know what his power is. I think his blood can make people obey to his will or something. And they are a special organization that takes on cases with other people with special powers. I have 2 volumes, I don't know if I keep buying them or not. Next up, I have two of these. Naruto, the first movie, and the third one, The Will of Fire. So these are the mangas to the movies from Naruto Shippuden, and they're full colored. This is like really cool. So this one is about a demon has returned to the world that was sealed, and this priestess is the only one who can seal it, so they have to bring her to the shrine. Kinda messes up, few people die. She kinda has the power to see the future and foresees Naruto's death. So either he or she will die. And this one is, well, is about someone has been kidnapping people with special Kekkeigenkais, like Kakashi has, for example, the Sharingan. And Kakashi is his next target, and he wants to sacrifice himself for the world to keep this guy from having all this power. But Naruto refuses to accept that and wants to stop him. So this is kinda chaotic too. And almost done. We have Defense Devil. This is about a devil who gets kicked out of hell and now becomes a lawyer for souls that have been sent to hell unjust. So, for example, in the first or second story, there's a girl who is supposed to have committed suicide, but actually died through an accident, and he tries to prove her innocence. I have 3 volumes, and I would have to order this one online because you can't buy it in a bookstore anymore. And the last one, I have Sword Art Online. 1, Aincrad, then Fairy Dance, and Progressive. Sword Art Online Aincrad is the main story of Sword Art Online, where they are in a death game and trying to get out. Fairy Dance is the later part where Kirito tries to save Asuna from the new virtual online game together with his sister. And Progressive tells Sword Art Online the first out of Asuna's view. So you get a new perspective of the world of Aincrad. The first 2, Aincrad and Fairy Dance, are finished. Aincrad has 2 volumes and Fairy Dance has 3. And Progressive is still ongoing and has currently 4 volumes. And this concludes all of my manga. I will calculate how much these mangas are worth and then put in here, around here, the number of euros of worth I have here. So if you liked it, give this video a thumbs up. If you stick till here, write me your favorite manga down in the comments, and check out my Instagram if you like. And so I see you in the next video. Bye!